Alright, we've been talking about how to find slope when we're given two coordinate pairs, and we're going to go through the equation and how to solve this problem. So I have a picture of a guy skiing, because that's one thing that helps me remember what slope is. Slope is like how high a line is going up, how steep a line is going up. So like a ski slope, some are more steep than others, more difficult, and we want to determine that steepness of our line that's plotted on a graph. So when we're finding slope, the letter we're going to use is M. That's going to represent slope. And the formula we're going to use is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So the change in y divided by basically the change in x. So the next step is, if I give you two ordered pairs, you need to be able to plug those numbers in and find the slope. So let's say I give you the ordered pair -3, 2, and another pair -1, 7. Okay, so we have two ordered pairs down here, and we need to first of all figure out what numbers are our x and y's. So our first numbers are always x's, our second numbers are always y. And since this is our first pair here, I'm going to call this x1, y1. Now I know that -1 is also an x and 7 is a y, but I'm going to call this one x2 and y2. Okay? Now all we have to do is plug in these numbers to find the slope. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my formula here. I know I have to take y2 minus y1. I look over here, I see, well, y2 is 7, y1 is 2. So I'm going to write over here 7 minus 2 divided by, and I see my next thing I have to do is over here it says x2 minus x1, so I take my x2, which is a -1, and I subtract it from our x1, which is a -3. Okay? Well, now we just have to subtract. I know 7 minus 2 is a 5, and here's something a little tricky. Remember, when we have two negative signs right here, we have subtracting a negative number, it's going to turn them to positives. So really we're looking at a +3 minus 1, which I know is going to be 2. Now look at this fraction. Does this look correct? Well, it's what's called an improper fraction, because there's a 5 on top, which is bigger than 2. So we want to go ahead and change it to a proper fraction. The way we do that is we divide the bottom number into the top number. I know 2 will go into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1, so we get a remainder of 1. Now, what to do with this remainder when you change it? Well, first of all, you're going to make this a fraction. You take your 1 and put it on top, that's your remainder, and you look at what number's out front here, and you put that as your bottom number. So our answer is 2.5. I'll write it over here a little bigger. 2.5. That's what slope would be for the ordered pair -3, 2, and -1, 7.